they should win the game. But as we saw last week, you can't ever take anything for granted. The parity is off the chart this year. So I think that's what makes college football so much more fun this year.
Which is why I always tell people, as much as we complain about name, image, and likeness, as much as we complain about the transfer portal,
Never, in my opinion, I've never had a more exciting, more parity driven, which is what free agency did for the NFL, is it created parity. And I think as we transition and continue to move, you'll see more of these things. A game that could have interesting implications, again, even for the college football playoff. We have two teams that kind of are on that doorstep, believe it or not, for entering the college football playoff. A lot of things would have to happen, but Clemson, South Carolina, what are your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, it's in Clemson, which, kind of favors Clemson. It's a noontime start, so that's kind of an odd start for such a rivalry game at that level. But, James, this is probably the year where these intrastate games are just huge. I mean, you take Georgia Tech, Georgia, South Carolina, Clemson, Louisville, Kentucky is a huge game. I mean, Kentucky's not bowl eligible, but they can sort of dampen Louisville's postseason hopes. You've got Texas at Texas A&M. You've got Auburn at Alabama. Mississippi State, who's not bowl eligible, but I know they'd love to knock off Ole Miss. And how's Ole Miss going to react after kind of eliminating themselves last week? So a lot of things in play. And then you've got Notre Dame traveling to Southern Cal. I mean, you could see a tremendous shakeup in the college football playoff, perhaps not in the Big Ten, but perhaps in the SEC with another week to go, as well as the ACC. So I think the Big 12's kind of settled that they'll have one team in, but we'll just see how it plays for the SEC and the ACC this weekend.
It's just fun because nothing is guaranteed right now. No conference. The SEC isn't. We still don't know. Texas A&M, Texas could really determine who's playing. And Texas A&M could be a 3-loss team that gets a chance to go to the college football playoff if they just keep winning. Again, so there's a intrigue in that matchup. And Texas has not had a quality win yet. Every time they've played a ranked opponent, they've gotten whooped. So that leaves us with something there. You talked about the Big 12. Arizona, BYU was looking like they were steamrolling into it until Arizona State, Colorado looked like they were going to win their way into it. They're still in it. It's about 4 teams that are in that matchup. The ACC, SMU's got to finish the drill. Miami's got to finish the drill. Yeah. But there was a conversation that me and you were having off camera that I want to have on. So, because again, my whole goal in all of this is to shake up the way that traditional media is done. And we have prognosticators who we consider professionals and the best in the business who have absolutely no idea how to select or pick a bowl game. So our goal is for everybody who listens to this, for you to be smarter than the 247s, the On 3, the Sporting News. You will know how we pick a bowl game. Now, this a lot of them have Louisville. One has Duke. This Cal SMU game is intriguing. But the Miami-Syracuse game are intriguing. So we were talking about wins and win totals in regards to the ACC. The SEC kind of gives us our team.
Correct.
The ACC, you used a funny word called protection. Yeah. So let's talk about the teams that currently right now are kind of out of it for us in terms of ACC and the ones that are in it. So we have SMU, Notre Dame, and Miami. Correct. If everything continues to play the way we think it's going to play, those teams will be in on the college football playoff. But Clemson, Duke, Louisville, Syracuse. Let's talk about those guys in those 4 and why those teams need to be of interest to anybody listening to us.
Well, the ACC develops a premium pool, which is all based on total wins. So assuming that SMU, Notre Dame, and Miami play up, that's going to leave a 10-win Clemson team. I'm projecting a 9-win Duke team. Louisville, if they win, they'll have 8 wins. Syracuse would have 8 wins. But if you've got a 10 and a 9, they automatically have to be placed in one of our 3 bowl games between San Diego, Orlando, and Jacksonville. So those 2 teams would definitely be in play. Then the next level, if there are no 8-win teams, you'd have to populate it with 7-win teams. But if there were 8-win teams that progressed and had wins this weekend, then your pool would be the 10-win team, the 9-win team, and the 8-win team or teams to be in your pool, which eliminates all the 7-win teams. So a lot depends. If Louisville beats Kentucky, they'll be in the pool. If Syracuse beats, if they win, they'll be in the pool. They may be in there now anyway with 8 wins. So you've got some interesting dynamics there that come into play, but more than likely, the 7-win teams are going to be on the edge. The 8-win teams and higher would be in play.
So with that, Clemson would be one of those 10-win teams. Clemson can't go.
Correct.
They were just
They
here,
cannot repeat.
so they cannot repeat.
Yeah.
If Duke wins, because Duke's a 8-win team now. So if Duke wins, Duke will be a 9-win team. So Duke plays Wake Forest. So again, that's a game that you would not normally care about. We need you to care about. Louisville plays Kentucky rivalry game. Last year was a really exciting rivalry game. We'll see how that goes. Now, the Syracuse-Miami game. Now, by allegiance, even though I'm wearing blue today, are to a school that has no idea to be. There's no chance for them to be in our pool or be bowl eligible. But they can shake up the apple cart too a little bit. But if Syracuse beats Miami, that would take Miami out of the ACC championship. Would that eliminate Miami from the college football playoff with them having no quality wins and being and only being a 2-loss team?
Probably so, because then Miami would not be in the championship game. A lot depends on where they're ranked in the college football playoff, and we'll know that obviously when this airs. But I think the key thing there is going to be how far do they drop? Do they stay where they are? But if they lost to Syracuse, I think it knocks them out of the college football playoff and then presents an opportunity for Clemson to replace them in the championship game against SMU. So the whole apple cart changes at that point in time.
So that Syracuse game could also really shape the way that this bowl is picked.
Absolutely.
Because there is another thing that you'll see prognosticators put it because it's going to be sexy and get clicks, but you cannot have a repeat of any games that happened this year, nor can you have a game that's going to get played next year as well. So it can't be a repeat or a preview. And even though I would love to see, and I know a lot of those fans would love to see a Miami versus University of Florida matchup. University of Florida went from having what I call like the jigsaw from Saul puzzle of a schedule to being not only bowl eligible, but being able to play a January bowl, which would be big for them as well. Right. A lot of stuff going on this weekend, a lot of intrigue, a lot of reasons that you should go ahead and purchase your tickets for the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl here on January 2nd, playing at prime time in Jacksonville, Florida at TIAA Bank Field. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a lot of good teams. Whether you're rooting for them or not, it's going to be the hottest ticket in the Southeast, in my opinion, the way this season has shaped up. So until next week, you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving, enjoy your family, enjoy the football games. Try not to get into too many tussles over whose team won and whose team lost, so that you can be right back here with me and Greg McGarrity for the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl Drive the Selection Show presented by Toyota. We will see you guys next time.